Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I'm Drew Current.
I'm Elizabeth Olson.
Yeah, you
are. Back again
to talk about Meghan and Harry.
Yes, we have our royal expert.
That's me.
The royal family expert. EO is back.
Yes.
Back.
And,
back again.
Lifetime decided, Drew, because you're probably not aware.
Don't keep up on the Lifetime.
You'll be surprised, but no, absolutely
had
not.
a sleeper hit last spring.
Yeah.
Around the royal wedding of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They released a movie called Harry and Meghan.
A royal wedding?
Yeah.
A royal wedding. Yeah,
Leading up to the wedding.
Oh, okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And it was about their relationship
right.
before the wedding. It didn't really cover the wedding.
Oh, okay.
This movie, Harry and Meghan Becoming Royal, is all about the wedding.
Yes, and then a little bit after.
Yeah.
So I thought
To
it
the
would
baby.
Climax at the wedding, but it really didn't.
No, it really never climaxed.
It really did. There was no real plot or through line or character development.
No. The first movie, the first Harry and Meghan movie on Lifetime was like a bona fide hit. 2.2 million views on the first night it premiered. We watched it together.
Yeah.
We had a little party.
We had a meat and cheese plate.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal. And this one I thought was going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And then when it released, no one really cared.
Well, that
it's
one,
kinda done,
it
right?
had that traditional, romantic comedy kind of plot line. So it could go to they like each other. Will circumstances be able to let them be together? Oh, they do. And this one, it's like, we already know. What is this? It's like a, watching a dumb biopic where you're just like,
It's
this
like
has no arc.
Oh, it's
Yes.
like a prequel.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So...
And it's like one of those prequel things where you're just like, I already know what happened. I don't care.
Exactly. So, okay. The movie we are covering today, if you didn't gather by me saying it 1 minute ago, it is Harry and Meghan Becoming Royal, 2019 Lifetime classic, but maybe not. It stars Tiffany Smith, Charlie Field, Laura Mitchell, and Charles Shaughnessy.
And I will say, because I'm comparing this to the last year movie.
Yes.
I think last year's Meghan and Harry actors were much better than this one.
I actually brought pictures today.
Oh, okay. I thought
For
I brought
Drew.
a dissertation disagreeing
Yeah.
with you.
No, I agree with you completely.
You know what? It's like it's only taking me. I'll type in the Becoming Royal.
Yeah.
It will always, and I click on the IMDb. It will just only take me to the Royal Romance.
Royal.
I don't think they made an IMDb on this.
They did.
I don't know.
They need to get with Google and figure out how to put it to the top
Yes.
of the search bar.
So the original movie starred Parissa Fitz-Henley.
And she was great, and I liked her.
She was great. And Maury Fraser. And they were both attractive. I will show you, Drew. I did a poll on Instagram. Now, I will show you. That's Maury Fraser on the right. Okay?
Okay.
Obviously, that's Prince Harry at the bottom.
Okay.
This is Charlie Field on the left. Wait. I don't know. You know what I'm saying.
On my right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did a poll. 90% said that guy looks like Harry more.
Yeah, he does.
The one from last year. Yeah, the one in this movie, I mean, the only he was white and ginger. That is
And had a British accent.
the end
That's
of
it.
the similarities.
Yeah.
No, that guy looks actually looks like him.
Yes. And then
From
the
last
Meghan Markle, we have Parissa Fitz-Henley and Tiffany, what's her name? Tiffany Smith?
Smith, yeah.
A little bit closer. It was like 50-50 split.
Yeah.
On who
she
looks
looked
more
like her, but I thought the one from last time did a better job.
Yes. And the actress, I think I have this clip. The actress who, Tiffany Smith, she talks about playing Meghan. So I'll play that here for you guys to see.
A lot that I looked like Meghan. It started from Suits. And then once Harry and Meghan started dating, it started happening even more. Then once they got engaged, then it was like literally walking down the street, people would come up and just be like, you know who you look like? You look like, which is such a huge compliment because I think she's such an incredible woman and she's beautiful. So every time I'd be like, thank you for the sweet compliment. I'll take it. And then it turned into a job, which is awesome.
Yeah. I've always been told I sound a bit like Harry, but never like, because I'm blonde and clean shaven.
I sound
I'm
like
British?
him. I'm from the same country.
Exactly. You're like, well, dude, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah,
Great.
you
You have an accent. So that's what we're working with here. We're working with...
You know who you sound like? One of the royal family. Of
Like it's
England.
50-50. You're going to get, you sound like royal family or you sound like you're from Harry Potter. Like if you're British.
Harry Potter?
Hey, do a Harry Potter.
Are you Harry Potter with your red hair?
Yes. So, okay. Now that that's out of the way, also we all poured it up for the last version of the movie. We all loved royal wedding, royal romance,
Royal
romance.
royal becoming royal. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see about this.
Here's a spoiler, Drew. There's no lions or Botswana in this one.
I know. I was looking for the Princess Diana.
Yeah, no Princess Diana lion.
Ooh, okay.
You
Yeah.
thought she'd come back for the sequel, but the lion was busy working on Dumbo.
Yeah. As bad as that symbolism was, there was zero symbolism in this one.
Yeah.
damn.
I miss the lion.
Yeah.
I mean, they got...
Hashtag bring back the lion.
They're already losing points.
Bring back Lion Diana. Yeah. All right. So the movie starts off, jumping in, the movie starts off with a wedding, but not the royal wedding, Drew. They tricked you right away. It's Meghan Markle's character being written off of Suits.
Yeah, so it's her last day of filming, and her character's getting married on Suits.
Oh, okay.
And she's like,
Right.
I have to go to London. I am going to be going away now. And she's saying goodbye to like her friend and her friend's kid. And she's like, you should be in the wedding, kid.
Yeah, and then you kind of get to see like her friends or her people in Toronto a little bit who are like, oh, we're going to miss you. Don't forget to invite us to the wedding, girl. You know, like just that very basic thing. Like, no, she has friends and knows people.
Right, which we established last time on the podcast that Meghan Markle never has any friends. Everyone just doesn't like her.
Yeah.
She's like
she's
fake.
like the... there's so much jealousy, I can imagine.
Everyone's so jealous of Meghan
Everyone is
Markle.
How would
jealous
you
of her.
ever be able to trust someone to be your friend ever?
No.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I'm marrying a fucking prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, your friend is the queen now.
Yeah. I don't know how William and Harry ever have friends. I think that's why they're each other's friends.
Yeah, they're like,
'Cause you'd be like,
I
what
love
do
you, brother.
Yeah. I can trust you.
Love you, brother.
I love you,
Brother.
brother.
You're my best friend.
For some reason, they're Cockney. Like,
Yes.
Hey, bruv.
Hey, brother.
Thanks.
I'm doing Jamaican now.
Thanks, bruv.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Meghan leaves her house with her friends. She's like, bye, friends. And then it's like paparazzi everywhere. So you're getting the glimpse of her life. And now we got the worst thing of the movie to happen. The worst, like, of all the movie, this really drove me crazy. So
Plane crash.
they have a segment. No, it's like commentating on the movie, commentating on new stuff that really happened. Okay, and they're doing it in a device where
It's kind of like the narrator.
the narrator of the film is these two British
Tabloid reporters.
entertainment type of style, like news show, which you're not going to understand at all. Maybe like Entertainment Tonight or Access Hollywood.
But they'll be like, next up, Meghan's moving to London. Will she fit in with the royal family?
Yeah.
It remains to be seen. And like that sets up that section of the movie. And then the next time it'll be like, now that she's settled in, will Christmas go well? And so
And that's like
it's like a framing device for
The
the whole
whole
movie.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
That's
dumb.
too bad.
It's like they were worried that you wouldn't get it enough.
Yeah, they didn't trust. It's like they filmed everything and then they had to go back and put these back.
Right.
So
They're like,
is
oh,
it like,
we don't have a
Is it in the
plot.
same like what's that show? I can't remember the guy's name, but I think it's on E.
Yeah.
where they're just talking about they're like
Celebrity
in
stuff.
the office. What's that show? They're like all in the-
TMZ.
Yeah, TMZ.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Kind of like that, except like
British.
very formal. And the newscasters, this is important. Their names are Bridget and Caspian.
And Caspian, his like thing is that he says something really outrageous, and then he's like, "Am I right?"
Yeah,
Yeah, it's real bad.
That's
Not
too bad.
great.
That's too bad.
he's like Simon Cowell and like
Or like a Piers Morgan. He's like a Piers Morgan.
Okay.
yes,
Sure.
Okay, so
I get it.
They introduce that it's Christmas time, basically is the point of that. So then we get to see the royal Christmas, which is very interesting because what happens at a royal Christmas is they don't do real presents, they do gag gifts.
They do apparently gag gifts, and they play charades.
Charades.
Not charades. Charades.
Tomato, tomato, charade,
Meghan is
charade.
warned beforehand that if she is too good, it is too American for her to be too good at charades. So she should try not
Right.
to be so good and call attention to herself.
Also, she's an actor, so she's probably really good at charades.
I mean, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
as an
I mean,
actor.
that's how I do all my plays. Just charades.
Charades.
Throughout this movie, there were a lot of things. It's like, it's just very American. And it's like the most mundane things. It's like,
Yeah.
she spoke up one time. I don't know. It's just so American.
Trying at a game to win. So American.
So American.
You're not supposed to.
Like,
You're not
what?
supposed to. Look, in other countries, you're not supposed to win a game. You're supposed
Wanting
just
to
play
have
the
a
game.
nice wedding. So American.
Yes. The brothers also have a little talk while William and Harry are like,
Oi!
Yes.
Oi, bruv.
Oi, bruv!
They're talking about like the monarchy and like how not to like institute too much change, bringing Meghan in. And as they're talking, the camera like pans to a picture of Diana and them together by a piano.
Okay.
Okay, important. It'll come back. This is the lion.
This
of
is the
movie.
lion of
Oh,
that
it's
movie.
a piano.
It's a picture
Oh, a picture.
on a piano.
literal
On a
picture.
piano. Okay.
So Meghan arrives and her and Harry are like having like sexy champagne candlelit time. It's very not sexy. It's
Yeah.
like decidedly not sexy.
It's very Lifetime movie sexy.
But like
So
but
it's
kind of
not
Hallmark
sexy.
movie sexy.
Hallmark sexy.
Oh,
It
they
is
all-
Hallmark sexy.
Oh, they went into Hallmark.
I mean,
Yeah.
they like
Okay.
she like gets on top of him, but it's like
And then cut to like silk pajamas the next day.
I mean, yeah, it's like
That's fine.
I can't explain it. It's not sexy though.
Yeah, that's fine though. I don't know. I don't need.
It's fine.
You don't need to see
It's
that?
fine. I mean,
just like-
I know, but
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like the last movie, the actors had a lot of chemistry, and like they did have like some sex scenes where they were like in Botswana with like flowy fabric and everything. This, like, they're sitting on a couch and she just like jumps on top of him, and she's like,
I guess at this point they're just kind of like, I don't know. Let's kind of
yes,
feeling frisky. Let's do it.
They're like,
and,
you
and
get
you're
it.
Like, you get it. They're gonna fuck.
You get it.
They're
They're
gonna fuck.
married. They
They're-
have sex.
They're gonna fuck each other.
and they decide as a couple that Christmas is the perfect time to ask for all the things for the wedding because everyone will be distracted with the holiday, and the queen will just agree to whatever they want to do.
Sure.
Like having a black preacher or
And a
reverend.
gospel choir.
Gospel
Yeah.
choir.
Great.
And because that's like unheard of
Yeah.
to have that at, a royal wedding. You know?
No.
Protocol,
Protocol.
as is tradition.
So we also we meet this guy, Leonard, who is like Meghan's royalty etiquette coach.
He's kind of like set up to be the bad guy at the beginning. That didn't really pan out, but he's very much like I'm the one in charge of keeping tradition alive.
Okay.
right.
There could be a lot of fun with that.
And he's like telling her to curtsy, like when to curtsy and stuff. And she's like, ooh.
She's like, "Ooh."
Yes. And
Wait, is she struggling through it?
she's kind of like confused and like doesn't really understand what's going on. But
She's
like,
an actress, though. It's
yeah,
blocking.
she could do it. But no,
blocking.
It's just blocking. Just
she's
curtsy.
like, who do I curtsy to? I don't know. This is so stressful. I want the queen to like me.
Most of the stressors for her in this movie are like, oh, I have to wear pantyhose and pastels. It's like not things that people really struggle with.
No, that's not a issue. You're
Yeah.
marrying a prince. Fuck off.
Like I can wear pantyhose if I get to marry a prince
Yeah.
and never work again. Like,
Right.
I'll do it. And I
that'd be
really
fine.
hate pantyhose.
I would wear pantyhose.
Yeah,
I was marrying a
me
prince.
too.
If I needed to.
Absolutely. So the gag gifts go around and like the queen opens Meghan's gift. It's a hit.
What is it?
What is it? I didn't even write it down
Oh,
because
I
it was so
did.
stupid.
It was like a little stuffed chipmunk that danced and sang high pitched,
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And the queen's like, oh,
and the queen loves it. And then her corgi comes and grabs it.
yeah. And everyone laughs and
And
laughs.
everyone's like, and then Harry's like, "That was a hit."
This little scrub.
I think we nailed that
"Have
one.
a holly jolly Christmas.
Yes,
Moves its
yes.
hips.
Basically.
Speaking of this little party,
She's like, what is this sorcery? I love it.
right? How do you do that, you Americans and your crazy
So
gadgets?
American.
Camilla and Prince Charles are there, okay? The notable thing about Prince Charles is that it's Mr. Sheffield.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. How did I miss that?
What is wrong with you?
Oh my gosh.
And they are like downing vodka this whole movie.
I
Okay?
imagine that's pretty on the nose for
Yeah.
real life, though.
Yeah.
So anytime I talk
what I do.
about Camilla and Charles, just imagine them like with like big glasses, like just like pint glasses full of vodka.
They're kind of like the
Just straight
Karen
vodka?
from Will and Grace, where they just kind of stand back and go like, "Oh, honey, blah 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 blah."
Yes, yes.
All right. Yeah.
So just picture that every time.
Okay.
That might not be what happened in the movie, but I'm making it happen because it happened once. It didn't happen
A
here.
single time, so therefore.
Anytime we see them.
Okay.
We're back to the Good Day UK newscasters.
Oh, wait, real quick. Sorry.
Yes.
So that's when they're at Christmas. Megan's like, "Oh, I would love to talk to you about having a black pastor at our wedding." And the Queen is like, "Oh my God, I was thinking that exact same thing." And then Megan's like, "And a gospel choir?" And she's like, "Yes, I always thought it needed that." Like the Queen, they did that in the last movie too. They just made her way too accepting, where everyone else is like stodgy, and the Queen's like, "No, it's fine. I've decided that we're gonna have a black pastor."
Is she? But isn't she's not like? Is she like that though?
I
don't
would
know.
be
Like I don't.
shocked.
I mean,
Yeah.
she has to be like, tradition. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
I feel like I don't know.
But maybe
for some
she's
reason
chill.
I feel like she's just like
You've been watching The Crown. You know about that queen.
she just like yeah.
Yeah, they
I
make her
haven't,
seem
but-
like everyone around her is like, we
we got
must.
to-
And she's like, calm down, everyone. But
like,
I
everyone
cannot
shut the fuck
imagine
up
that
for a
that is
second.
actually
right.
the case.
I mean,
Maybe.
in Lifetime's world, that's how it is.
Yeah.
So, yes, we have the newscasters. They're watching live footage of the royal family. Very famous picture of Meghan and Kate. And they're standing there. Kate looks awesome. And Meghan has like a little acorn hat on or
Yeah,
something.
they kept shitting on that hat the whole time, and
I
I
know.
freaking love that hat.
I didn't know that it was a
whole thing. I thought she
thing?
looked great, and everyone was talking about how she looked like a poo head.
poop
a
emoji.
poop emoji?
They said a poo head, but I said poop emoji for Drew because that's your favorite emoji.
It is my favorite emoji.
So, yeah, and Megan's like, oh
So
my God,
ambiguous.
everyone's making fun of my poop head. And I'm like, what is this movie that I'm watching?
So American.
So American to have
So
a poo head.
American to have a poop head. And even to say the whole word poop.
But as Meghan and Harry are watching the newscast, it turns out Meghan used to be friends with Bridget on Instagram.
Oh.
Okay.
Who's Bridget?
Bridget's the
The
newscaster.
tabloid newscaster.
Bridget and
Oh,
Caspian.
Oh, that's right.
They're very
that's right.
important.
Okay.
Also, Bridget had like
They're
her
not.
makeup was great. I just kept noticing that throughout the movie. She had really great makeup.
You know, because these were all inserted later, so they've really had time to get that
Yeah.
footage. So the royal family plays the charades, of course, and
Oh yeah.
yeah. So
Oh.
someone puts in "Get Out"
As a suggestion. And then they kind of, when someone draws it, they're like,
Like the
oh,
movie?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They draw it and they're
Oh.
like, I'm not going to do this. And someone's like, why? And then they explain the
What?
plot of Get Out.
Yeah, and then Meghan Markle's just like, this is really awkward. And
Because it was meant to be like a slight against her.
Yeah, someone put it in to be like rude to her.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
But
Did
also,
this actually happen?
absolutely not. No, this did not
There's
happen.
absolutely no way.
Are you sure?
Well, maybe
Because like that's
it's a
that
random
is
ass
n-
detail.
That is a very weird like lifetime thing to do.
And what I didn't like about this was she didn't stand up for herself or anything in that situation. She was just like,
Oh, they're being racist.
They're being racist and mean. Instead of being like, hi, okay, this person is kicked out. I'm the princess now, and off with her head.
Like referring to a fucking horror movie about fucking like crazy racist cult
Yes.
shit.
Yeah. Not great. But don't worry, the Queen saved it with a fart joke.
Yes, that queen. She's so crazy.
I love her.
She's
I
so
just
crazy.
love that queen.
And also, the queen's really bad at charades. So Meghan guesses her.
Which is Gone with the Wind, and she like stands up and like waves behind her butt like she farted, you know, and they're supposed to guess it's Gone with
That's
the
fun.
Wind.
That's fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So
She guesses it right away. She's like, "Gone with the Wind."
if you haven't gotten the format of this movie, Drew, we're back with the newscasters after
So
this
it's a
scene.
comedy. Okay, so it's a weird comedy.
Yeah.
And it's the Good Day newscasters. They're talking about the wedding details as we get footage of fake Meghan and Harry doing wedding things, like getting the cake. And,
Sure.
I don't know.
Why would they do that?
Etc.
Yeah.
I don't. They're not doing that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
right? You
No,
send your people.
Everyone else is doing all the
Yeah.
things. They can chill until the wedding.
And we also talk about the guest list. Oprah's coming.
Oprah's coming because she's American royalty, quote unquote.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
We never see Oprah.
No, we never see Oprah. And I would argue she's more famous than anyone else at that wedding, including the Queen. So
Yeah. Sorry.
she better be invited.
Oprah better be invited. Oprah's invited to my wedding.
I will say, this just
She is
reminds me
invited to
randomly.
mine.
When the actual royal wedding occurred, the one who called me at 5 a.m. to make sure I was watching was my dad.
Really?
He called me. He was like, "Are you watching this? Are you watching this?" Yeah, Dad. But I remember him getting me up and my siblings up in like 1997 to watch Princess Di's funeral. So my dad is like
Oh,
a
wow.
secret closet
Oh.
royal family
It's like-
stan.
He just
It's
loves that.
inherited.
Yeah.
You inherited
I
this,
came by
this
it
gift.
naturally.
Maybe you have some royal blood in you.
I'd like
Yeah,
to think
you
so.
probably
I'm
do.
really preparing for a Princess Diaries situation where
Yes.
I suddenly realize.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready for a what was the other one with King Charles? No, it was King Todd or something. Anyway,
I don't know.
it was a.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Great. So
we'll pause on that joke.
Meghan is like getting really excited. She's like picking the crown jewels and she picks out a tiara. And then Harry's like, "Ooh, you can't have that one though." And she's like, "What?
why
I
not?"
really wanted this one." So I guess I don't know if this happens like right after, but he like goes and talks to the Queen and he's like, "My wife will have this."
Not only that, but they told her that she couldn't wear white because it's only for virgins.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wait, is this-
And he does the thing where he's like, "Okay, honey, I'm just gonna go make a quick phone call," and then they show him in the other room like screaming on the
he's like,
phone.
Oh, mate,
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck off
Bro.
with that shit.
get my bruv on my phone.
Yes, and the Queen is like, "This is getting out of control. This wedding is too dramatic." But also,
I
we
feel like all this stuff actually happened because I just don't see it
just making it up.
being like something that
I
you
mean,
make
the
up.
coverage of the wedding during that time was
Yeah.
like every little minutia was being talked about.
I hope I'm not jumping ahead, but at one point during this kind of montage, she gets mailed anthrax.
Yes,
And I totally Googled that, and it really
Yeah.
happened.
I feel like a lot of this stuff is like real. I feel like they'll be like, "We can't have you be in white because it's a Barrington thing." Like no one would write that.
That's true.
yes,
You know what I mean? Like no one would write
That's
that.
that's a good point.
right? I mean, they're pulling from any article.
Yeah,
but
they
the
have
article is it a reliable source? Who knows?
Right, who knows?
But the thing about the anthrax is like she's like, "I'm an actress, please." I get
This
I
happens
get
to
me
me
tweets
all
the time.
Like I just get anthrax on the regular.
Yeah,
like
she's
calm
like,
down.
I'm not worried about it.
I have a vaccine for anthrax.
They're like, they
I'm good.
wrote really racist things on the letter, and she's like, "I don't care."
Oh, yeah.
Been there, done that. Have you ever been to America?
But then I mean, has the royal family never gotten anthrax? Like, come on.
I know, and like,
Everyone else got anthrax.
yes. So
Maybe they're just like inoculated and they're good. They don't.
Yeah.
Anthrax could be like. Anyway, that's
this
anthrax.
like charity
I'm good.
thing happens next. Like Harry and Meghan and Kate and William do like a charity like talk or something.
Oh, yeah, where they talk about, I don't know, women's rights or something.
Yeah, and Meghan starts like being like, "Oh, the Me Too movement. You know, I was an actress back in America," and everyone's like, "Shh, stop talking. Why are you talking about this?" And the whatever royal estate is like, she needs
Lester,
to like,
the bad man.
yeah, she needs to tone it down. She needs to not get political.
They keep I mean, there's a couple times where they frame it like that, and the way that and I imagine that this is true, but they're like, the royal family is not supposed to get political. They're supposed to be neutral referees.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who thinks that? Who is expecting the royal family to like be the ones who referee these very hot debates? Like they reference the immigration debate a lot because it
Yeah.
comes up with one charity thing that she wants to work on.
Yes.
And they're like, I can't believe she picked a side on immigration, or specifically this tower burning down. I can't believe she picked a side.
It's like,
Which
pick
is
a side, bitch.
For the people whose tower got burned down. That's
Right.
the side she picked.
So
Yeah.
so I guess they're supposed to remain neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why would
Exactly, but the
fuck
reasons
it.
they
Fuck
give don't
that.
make any sense.
Right.
It's like, you all have all this privilege. You're getting all
Well, I
this
think a lot of
money
the
and everything,
reasons-
but
Yeah, a lot of the reasons with royal shit,
They just don't want anyone to overturn
it's
them.
because it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Like rather than there's
Right.
no reason. It's just like, oh, it's because it's that way.
Right.
Oh, you know.
Well, if the queen can just,
Bust
have
out a fart joke.
Yeah, then I think she can,
Girl,
make a
get them
decision
fart-
on some stuff,
get them
some
fart
important
jokes.
topics.
Get them fart
I want to
jokes
challenge you, Queen Elizabeth. Is that her name?
It is.
I don't
out.
know.
More fart jokes.
More fart jokes.
I'm
No.
okay with it.
So, let's see. We're jumping around. We already covered that. I guess we can talk about the montage where Meghan has to go through kidnapping training.
I wrote that in all caps. Kidnap training, and it must be real because they
It
were
has to
like,
be.
yeah, they were like, Kate had to do it. Everyone in the royal family has to do it. Like every few years, you have to go through kidnap training.
And it's like she's
Holy
like
shit.
in the
Of
montage,
course
she's
they
like
do.
walking, and then someone like puts a bag over her head and takes her away, and she's like, "Ooh."
And it specifically referenced it was like Charles and Camilla just went through this a couple years ago or something.
Right? They had vodka the whole time. They're spilling their vodka.
Yeah.
They're
everywhere.
like,
Entire
oh
time.
boy, remember
Like, do they
our
teach you to just?
kidnapping?
I want to like. Do they teach you to just keep your bearing during kidnapping, or
Right,
to like
what
get
would
free,
you-
or like not scream when they cut off your finger? Like, what does
Yeah.
this entail?
Kidnapping training.
It just makes me think of that one episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah. Yes. So
It's just like entails like a weird hidden button that you just hit. I'm getting
Right.
kidnapped. I guess this is my kidnap button.
Yeah, here's my life alert.
Louis, the like royal like gatekeeper for Meghan, is like turning into her fairy godfather.
Oh,
now.
Leonard. Yeah.
Sorry.
He does say at one point, I wrote down this quote, "You may think of me as pale, male, and stale."
Yeah.
And then that's where he stops.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dot. No, but
She's like, and that's it.
no, I came up
I
with
am.
that one in the middle of the night, and
I
I'll let
am.
you to know it.
I am all of those things.
So, but they're like those two actors. I thought had good chemistry.
Yeah.
Like Meghan and this guy.
So he originally started off as being like kind of harsh because he was this protocol expert and kind of critical of her, and then he kind of starts really working with her and having empathy for her, and he's kind of like her fairy godmother, father, whatever.
Right.
He starts to dig her, and he's
Yeah.
like, I got you, girl. I
Yeah,
got
and
it."
so they kind of start working together to tackle some of these like issues,
yes.
which again are like pantyhose and pastels. So
Right. Well, an issue does come up with her dad, Meghan Markle's dad, coming to the wedding, right? So there was a big controversy when it actually happened. But in this, the way they frame it in this is like, he just like calls Meghan on the phone. He's like, I'm coming to the wedding. Can your sister come? And she's like, no, she's talking shit on me all the time. Why would she be coming? You come. And he's like, oh, I took some pictures. Did you see them in the press? And she's like, yeah, I saw them. That's funny. And then it comes out like right after on the stupid news channel that we hate. They're like, oh, he sold the pictures for this much money. And she's like, Dad, why did you lie and say that you just like had them happen? And you know, you are selling your story.
I remember when that broke. I think
Me too. I think we talked about it on the podcast.
I think we
It
did
happened
too.
that day.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was like he did what? Wait, what? Wait, what? So
Yeah.
yeah, he had these pictures staged of him like reading books called like How to Be Royal and like jogging to get in shape, and he sold them to the paparazzi as like, look at, he's getting ready for the wedding.
So the royal family
Right.
is like, this guy is garbage. He's like not coming. But she's like, he's going to walk me down the aisle. And then he has a heart attack. And then he really is not coming. And she finds out that he had a heart attack on the Good Day UK show. She sees that and she's like, why did no one tell me? Why is Bridget and Caspian telling me?
Oh my god. What a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
What a
in
mess.
the dynamics between Bridget and Caspian are growing slightly tense. So Bridget is kind of coming around to Team Meghan, and Caspian.
There's a side story.
Yeah.
Oh, the B plot.
The B plot, and Caspian's very much like, she's a bitch, she's rolling into our country, taking stands on immigration, and I don't like it. And Bridget's like, no, she seems nice, she's trying to help kids and poor people.
Yes. Speaking of the immigration story, Meghan has a cookbook coming out. Okay. And the cookbook, she has 2 like covers.
Is she a chef?
No, she like works with like women's organizations. Like I think it's like a Muslim women's organization.
Yeah,
like
so
a
the cookbook
kitchen.
is to like has their recipes, like this group of women who were affected by this fire.
okay.
So it features their recipes, and the proceeds are going to go to help them rebuild whatever.
Sure.
And there's 2 covers. One of Meghan in the kitchen with the women at their like shelter that they're working at, cooking. The other one is a picture of food.
Tomatoes.
And
Okay.
the royal family wants her to go with the cooking, the food
The
one.
food one.
And she's
Right.
like, but it's for these women, and the women should be included. It's their recipes. It's for their cause. They should probably be on the cover. I'll be in it too, but they should be on it. And everyone's like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think
just
the quote is like, it's just
infiltrating
too
the British.
other.
Yeah.
It's too other.
I think it's brilliant. She's infiltrating the British.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is great.
Yes. So all that stuff is happening. As they're downing their vodkas, Prince Charles and Camilla are talking to Meghan, and they're like, just tossing them back. I mean,
Get them back.
I was worried
else
about
do you do
Mr.
during the
Sheffield.
day,
I'm like,
you know?
Mr.
That's-
Sheffield.
what I would
Literally
do.
nothing else to do during the day.
And he's like, hey, kid, come over here. Like, yeah, you
That's
look
like
like
a
a nice lady. You
Hey,
look like a
kid.
nice lady.
Yeah, you got the goods, kid.
Yeah. You're going to go far. So he's like, you know, your dad's not walking you down the aisle, but I could walk you part of the way. You'll walk from the car to like the VIP
'Cause
section.
you're a strong, independent woman.
Yeah, you could do that part. And then once you pass security and you go through the gate, then I'll walk you down the rest of the aisle.
I was going to ask you, do you know if the actress who played Kate is the same who played Kate in the last one? Because
It
she had the
is-
snake eyes.
It's the same actress.
Oh.
Yes.
I knew it.
Great.
I recognized the snake eyes.
She's the only returning
Oh, really?
castmate. Maybe the mom. I couldn't tell if the mom was the same
Oh,
or
yeah,
not.
I was
She
gonna-
looked familiar,
yeah.
but I couldn't
She's from
find
The
her on
Wire,
IMDb.
so that-
Oh, this Kate. Oh, the one. Who plays
Yeah, and
Kate.
she really does look like Kate.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like a witch.
See? She's got the snake eyes.
Yeah.
She's got the witch eyes.
Yep.
It's all witchy.
So the wedding happens.
Got them crazy eyes.
That Meghan like rides in the car with her mom, past all the crowds. We get actual footage of like the limo driving through the crowds on the day. And the mom's like, I'm so proud of you for just being yourself. And like, this is amazing. And that's it. I was like, okay, the movie's over.
Yeah.
But no.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Next, we get a shirtless Harry, which is like, you saw that guy.
Honeymoon hair.
He's so pale.
He's
Yeah.
very pale and very skinny.
I was like, this guy is not sexy.
Yeah, no, that's a vampire guy.
Yeah,
He's a
he
vampire man.
he should have been in Twilight. It would have been great in that. If this was a Twilight scene, then I would have been
He
fine.
would have been a great background Volturi.
Yes, but they're watching the wedding coverage
know
with
what that
the
means,
with
but
the UK
think it's
people,
That's a deep cut. That's for all you Twilight
It's
fans.
probably really funny, but I don't get it. But I get it though.
and then they exchange vows in bed and like look at each other and they're like, "I promise to hold you and be with you forever." Whatever the stupid vows are, wedding vows.
Yeah.
They say those in bed because we couldn't replicate the actual wedding, so we get this instead, and it was really awkward.
Is it possible to copyright an event? Because I
Right?
feel like that's probably what happened.
I think so. Like they didn't
Yeah.
didn't recreate the wedding.
Well,
We
it would
got
also
this like
be.
weird
It would also
bed
be
thing.
extremely expensive.
True. You'd have to get like in Westminster
Like
Abbey.
even just
Get
having
Oprah.
all things that are fake.
Yeah.
That would be in that. Like if you faked all the things in that wedding, it would still be worth. Or it would still cost more than any normal wedding ever.
So true. You should just do the vows in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at a party.
Oh wait,
this-
but first
Oh,
Harry
yes.
says, "Can we make a baby now?"
Oh, he does. He does say that.
Verbatim.
Which is how I want to
You're
be. Yeah.
Don't say that.
No,
To be like-
just don't.
Like not
Yeah.
on like
Yeah.
ever. No, never.
So we're at a
Sounds
party now.
So
This
weird.
white lady, she's like so rude to Meghan. It's the same woman who was rude to her in the last one.
I
Not
thought
the-
so. Annabelle or something.
Yeah. Not the
Okay.
one who wears the blackface brooch.
Do
A different white lady.
you remember that from last
I do.
year?
Yep. I do.
So this woman forgets to curtsy and she's like, ha ha ha, I forgot to curtsy. Oops. And Megan's like, oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's
And then
fine.
they're talking more and more. And the lady's getting more shady. And
She's
Megan
just getting so rude.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason.
And Megan's like, you know what? You should actually curtsy now. Okay? And the woman's like, and I guess she does. And then Meghan goes back to the U.S. because she's like so done with this. And she's talking to her friend. She's like, I don't know. I'm compromising my values. I'm not the same Meghan. I'm not on Suits anymore. What do I do?
I'm only wearing pastels, and that's not me.
Yes. My skin tone does not work well with pastels.
What do you think was going to happen, lady? What do you think was going to happen?
But the scene doesn't matter because the friend doesn't give any good advice. All that happens is Meghan suddenly like runs to the bathroom and throws up, and the friend like knowingly smiles. She's like, she's probably mad.
She prego.
Yep. So we're back in the UK. Harry gets Meghan a dog, and she's like, that's great. I also am pregnant, though. So
Cool.
maybe
You
give
got
the
me a
dog back.
You also got me pregnant. So
Yes.
are we going to deal with both of them?
And then Leonard, is that his name?
Leonard, yeah.
He finds out about the pregnancy. He's like, this is great news. I'm so excited now. And he is like going to planning the birth announcement and all this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Moving on. This is
See,
so
there's not
stupid.
really an
There's
arc.
nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening.
Well, it's just the
There's no
things
buildup
that
of
happened.
tension. Yeah, exactly.
It's just like
it's
things
just
that
life.
happen.
It's just life
Life's
stuff.
happening.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. All right.
So at this point, like, I don't know what sparks this, but like William tells Harry that he can't be like associated with him anymore.
Oh, what was that?
Oi! Oi, bruvs!
Like they need to live in separate houses. They can't live at Wimberley Palace or whatever it's called.
Oh, it's because of the cookbook, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's right.
they were too controversial because her comments on immigration.
Yeah, so he's like, we're the next for the throne. We got to disassociate and not be seen together in public.
Yeah, so that's when and I remember this happening on Instagram where they used to share the same account.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then they kind of split up. And so Harry and Meghan have their own Instagram account, which, yes, I do follow. And Kate and William have their official Instagram account.
Do they do like pranks on each other? Because that'd be
They
amazing.
That would be a lot better use of the Instagram account.
It would be amazing.
Because now it's like official photos and it's like so boring.
They're
I
like,
like
all right,
every
here's
single
our
one of them. But
TikTok.
still.
No, they don't do
Where
their
it's
own
like Harry be
photos.
like,
I think they posted one today. I'm going to look for it.
So-
he gets some toilet paper wet and he's like, I'm going to fucking throw this on her face.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Pranks.
Rude. So Harry is like kind of upset by this because, you know, it's his brother.
It's his
And
brother
his
and he
bruvs.
loves him.
Yeah, and he's
bruvs.
like, Meghan, like, you need to get in line, woman. Like, don't wear black nail polish to an event. What is wrong with you? And she's like, I'm just trying to be me. And they get into a fight.
Oh, Harry. And
Where Harry is like weirdly insecure that Meghan's going to leave him one day. And it's like, dude, I don't know if you know this, but you are literally a prince.
Right, you fine.
You a prince, dude.
Like, whatever you think, whatever your self-esteem is, you're fine. Buddy, you're fine.
Yes. So back to the Good Day UK people. The book cover comes out. The book's a big success, but Bridget is like, wow, this book, what a brave move for Meghan to like have these people on the cover. And Caspian is like saying these like really
He
racist.
said something really racist.
Really racist.
I'm not even going to
I
repeat
didn't write it
but
down,
it was
but-
like really like out of line.
Unrepeatable.
It's unrepeatable,
Really?
and it's like out of nowhere because they kind of reference racism throughout the. You know, they'll reference like she's getting these racist messages. She wants certain things that she's not sure that the British royal family is ready for. But then
Yeah.
he just comes out and says this, and it's like,
Yeah,
wow,
and you're like,
that
what?
took a shocking turn for a Lifetime movie.
And Bridget's like,
What was it? What did he
It was
say?
something about like how he hopes that their child isn't gonna come out.
yeah, something.
Some not great. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I
but-
don't.
No,
really,
what's
I don't know.
It
I
was
didn't
said
write
on
it
the
down.
Lifetime thing. I really want to know what it
Well,
is.
Something
you know.
about like looking burnt and kinky haired or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
But he's like, "Am I right?" And Bridget's like, "Absolutely not."
and that's when she
quit.
has her moment, her like
She
big,
does.
you're a douche, you're a racist douche. She says this thing and I wrote it down.
is it like, was that I feel like that was probably said like in real
I'm
life.
sure it was.
Sure.
By like a newscaster.
Because why would you write that? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's just like, well, this was actually
Also,
said. Fucking,
while this
here
is
you go.
happening, Megan's watching it on her TV in the castle, and she's like, "You go, Bridget."
And Bridget says
Bridget.
this thing.
I'm
She's
an Instagrammer.
like, I heard Megan say this, and it rings true now. It's not cool to be cruel. It's cool to be kind. That was the big.
That doesn't rhyme.
That's the big
takeaway.
summary. So the piano in the photo, remember that?
Barely, yes.
So we go to that now.
I only because
here's
you
our
told me to
lion. Here's our
remember.
lion. And Diana, we for some reason we're by the piano in the picture, and then it pans into the picture, and it turns into the real thing that happened. And Diana's like telling the boys to be a family and be a team and don't split up and be together. And then they all sing London Bridge.
Like
For
London
real.
Bridges falling down.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Symbolism.
The whole thing.
It's treason. It's a moment of treason.
That is true. Yeah, it's punishable by death.
Right?
In both our countries. In
Yeah.
both our countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punishable by death.
I think that's in the Constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
absolutely.
Christmas time again. A whole year has passed. Kate and Megan sit down and they're like, let's not repeat last year with your poop head.
Don't wear a poop hat.
How about you wear something nice this time and I'll wear something more boring, Kate says, to be nice. But, she's got those mean eyes, so it seems like a trick.
It does. Everything that Kate does seems like a trick.
Kate's a witch.
She
Yes.
is.
She is a witch.
Not
actually.
Kate, the actress. And the actress' name is Laura Mitchell.
No, I think Kate's a witch.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
great.
actually-
But basically,
I've heard-
it's
just-
to show
people-
that everyone's
people talk,
happy
people say that.
again. And then we get back to the news, and Bridget has her own show. She has a new black co-host. Okay,
Yeah.
So she's like, "Haha, see you later, Caspian." And then a happy montage plays of all the scenes we just watched
Great.
for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a good opportunity to use like actual footage, but they literally had their actors dressed in the same way.
footage of the movie
Footage
that
of
we
the
just
movie.
watched
Yeah.
with like a
That's great.
Coldplay band like playing in the background, like a
Yeah.
knockoff Coldplay. And then we get a picture of the baby. The baby.
Oh yeah, so it was
Oh,
like
the baby.
because
The actual baby, not
I-
a fake baby.
Yeah, she just had the baby like a month ago, so
Yes, so they just inserted that.
They just inserted it.
Okay, cool.
And that is the movie.
That's the movie.
Boom.
Yes.
Do you feel like you learned anything about the royal family?
I did. I learned a lot about the royal family.
Right. I mean, that's
the
why we're
goal,
here.
yeah.
That's why we're here.
Guys, one time I read a whole ass chapter book about the royal family, so
I believe it.
That's where I'm at.
Dang.
I believe it.
A whole chapter book?
a whole
like a
ass
book
chapter
that has
book.
chapters?
Not even like a picture. I'm gonna read this in a magazine. Like I bought this 400
A
page
real
book.
ass chapter
Yeah.
book. I've never heard a book be called a chapter book because that's all books. I've never heard that before.
It's true. It's called a chapter book.
It's called a chapter book.
Okay,
I know that
cool.
because,
Because
Berenstain
once you-
Bears
yeah.
had chapter books, and that was different than normal Berenstain.
How'd you
Bear
just say
books. Berenstain? Is that wrong?
Berenstein.
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 Okay.
Anyways,
I
we're
mean,
not
it's-
getting in that.
okay.
We're not getting in that.
That's a different
okay,
podcast.
on the podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
on the podcast. We either pour it up and put a cork in it. We'll start with Yo. What are you going to do to this movie?
I'm gonna put a cork in it. There's
Yeah?
it was very boring.
Yes.
And they couldn't even create some fake dramatic tension.
Nope.
That's all I asked.
Well, I didn't watch it, so I'm pouring it up because I didn't have to go through the boring things. You guys just told me the fun parts, and they were fun, and I liked it.
Great.
So
I,
So are you pouring us up or the
I think more us than the movie.
Well,
but that this is how it works.
this is how it works. I don't see the movie, so I'm pouring up the description
Okay,
of
cool.
the movie that you guys have given me.
Perfect. Okay, I'm also putting a cork in it. I was so bored during this whole movie that I was just like working on bits about Camilla and Prince
Camilla.
Charles drinking their vodka.
Great. I'm glad I didn't
Cracked me
watch
up.
it.
that would be a great like who are the Muppets, Statler and Waldorf?
Yes,
Instead
that's
of them,
basically
it
what
would
they
just
were,
be like
yeah, for
Charles
this
and
movie.
Camilla drinking vodka.
I don't know. Just the structure of the movie was not that great. The writer and director were the same as the last one, so one of the writers did not return. So, I think we were missing like the other writer worked on more like drama shows.
Yeah,
like
I
The
mean,
entertainment part of things. And
I
not
feel
just
like they're-
explaining
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It's just
and with these,
weird.
they're trying too hard to like impress the royal family. I think like trying to portray the queen as good and all this. It's like no one from the royal family is watching your fucking movie.
No.
Let's add some fake dramatic tension.
I
It's all
disagree.
fake
I
anyways.
think they're 100%.
Like whose
watching
favor are you trying to
anything that
curry
is about
here?
them.
They
Like make the queen a bitch. We all know she is.
yeah, let's just do it. We want to see
look,
that.
Listen to me. If something came out in Lifetime about your life or about your jams, you would watch the shit out of it.
I would watch the shit out
Yes.
of it, but also it would be a once in a lifetime thing.
Oh,
that was a pun accidentally. But if I'm like a royal, that happens all the time. I
So,
couldn't
yeah,
care
they
less.
all do that.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yes,
all
I do
right.
Google myself regularly, and yes, it was ruined by the actress.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're done with whatever this movie is called.
Becoming Royal, Meghan and Harry.
Meghan and Harry.
Mega Man.
Now let's do a Candace.
Uh-oh.
We're still yay!
Yay. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. Okay,
Yeah.
what you say, Candace Cameron Bure, this segment where we watch Candace's Instagram and we talk about
I
it.
cannot wait.
I got a short clip today.
What you got, Candace?
Serious hair going on.
Oh, she does.
It's on theme for today.
Where's the pearl? This is what I'm gonna miss most on Fuller House. These elaborate, amazing costumes that
It
our
looks
costumer
like-
and
what?
seamstress Margaret has made from scratch.
No shade on her, the costume designer,
Yeah,
but
costume designer is great.
it looks. I mean, I just don't understand
It
on
looks
Fuller
like
House.
medieval times.
Yeah, what would they need a medieval times outfit for? On
Wait,
Fuller
can I
House?
guess? Can we guess? I'm guessing someone gets conked in the head and they have
A fantasy dream?
coma dream
Yeah.
fantasy,
Okay.
which might also be a musical.
Okay, all right.
That
That sounds great.
you
That
know
sounds
what?
like something that would happen on Fuller House.
I was gonna be like, well, here's my but that's it.
No, you did it.
That-
you did it.
did that one.
Also, I will say, as someone who has watched many a boring Instagram story, she has not great Instagram stories.
Right? Yeah, we know. We know.
Oh,
Don't
I
follow
mean,
her.
Yeah, don't follow her.
That's why we do this here for you.
That's
I did.
right.
It looked like she was like in a Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah,
with that costume.
you know, maybe that's what they were going for. Like, it's their final season on Fuller House. They've officially been canceled, and they're filming the 5th season. That's
Oh, you
it.
think maybe? Ooh, that's a
So
prediction.
they're just like-
there's a Game of Thrones
they're like,
thing going
Yeah.
Why not be topical? It comes out in December or January, so whatever. Oh boy, Candace. Okay, I think that wraps up this episode. EO, anything you'd like to plug at the pluggy time?
No, except for you can follow me on Twitter at Elopabop, ELOPABOP.
Yeah.
on. Nice.
Drew?
You can. I have a band. We're called the Limbos. We have a new record out, or it's an EP. It's not a record technically because we don't have an actual record.
You
but
know it.
It's
An
on
album.
Spotify and iTunes and all that shit.
They're great.
They are. They are.
We're pretty great.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime Uncorked. We watch these movies, so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Serrano or the podcast at Lifetime Uncorked. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.